Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a little different from my usual gameplay, but I've been getting a few compliments and questions on how I make my Sims, so I thought I'd show you the process, my style, what CC and default replacements I use. Now this works out perfectly because I'm making Midge from Barbie Life in the Dreamhouse, as for those who don't know, I'm playing the Barbie Legacy challenge and it's super fun, and our girl Barbara, very lonely, she needs a friend, so why not bring a classic Barbie friend, Midge, who just fits in the whole theme of roaring heights, film noir. It's just perfect, so we're making her. Everything I mentioned will be in the description. So for my default skin, I use Blue Cherry Pie Skin Blend by Hicks. And yeah, it's just my default replacement, so I use it for my townies. A second skin I use is Satellites by nrass, and I love the skin. This is the skin that I use on Barbie and that I will be using on Midge as well. It's my favorite. I use it all the time. I love how smooth it is. Now, originally, I didn't know there was a default version for this, which is why I have it as a non-default version, but I might make it a default. I do like the other skin as well though, so we'll see. But yeah, Satellites by nrass, that's my number one. There are two other skins I want to mention. So this first one is Mango Smoothie by Sims, and I used to use this skin religiously in the past. For the second one, this one's optional, but it is fun. So this is called And Everything Nice by Fairstead Sims, and it's basically just a nice retuned versions of the colored skin blends. It's beautiful. It's perfect if you're doing a not so berry or I don't know, aliens, whatever. But yeah, I love it. I love the colors in this one. So I use some settings when I create Sims, and you will need the master controller nrass and the added master controller integration mod as well to get this little casting to pop up. I forgot to tell you how to actually open up this casting, but you basically just want to right click the little three buttons at the bottom where you like open up your settings, and also you want to make sure you're doing this through like edit and cast and not like the brand new create a sim, otherwise the settings just won't load up. Now the first thing I do is I change max sliders in cast to a big number. I do 10,000, and this essentially just makes it so when you play with the sliders, you can use more than what, like, I don't know the original, but like 50. So once you've used 50 sliders, you can't get over that. It'll be locked. And then I also set the slider multiple to 2, and it just basically means when you play around with the sliders, it's more dramatic in a way, so it's just more smoother when you want to play with them. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when I make a sim, I don't really have my own way of making them. I have my own way of making eyes and mouth, which I'll get to that part, but for the rest of it, I just load up a reference photo and I just play around with the sliders and see if it matches the face structure of that photo. So I use this reference photo when making Midge, and I just played around. It won't end up looking like that because I'm not gonna lie guys, I'm not that good at making sims. I can make a sim, but making a sim to identically look someone, I can't do that. Now there's only one thing I do with the eyes apart from when I play with the eyelashes, and it's that I will never make them big like this, but I also won't ever make them small like this. I will keep it in the middle because if it's too big, it looks animated, which you can make really like cute sims with big eyes. Same with small eyes. I used to watch a creator who used to have very small eyes in their sims, and their sims looked amazing. But for me, I keep it in the middle and simple. Now, in terms of what sliders I use, I do have custom sliders, but I honestly don't go crazy with them. A lot of the times I just use base game sliders and then just a few custom ones, but I can drop my slider folder in the description if you want to get it. Yeah. This applies to the nose as well. I'm probably going to repeat this a lot, but I just copy the reference photo. However, one thing I like to do, in this case I did it with the nose, I do like to add some unique stuff here and there. So I used this bridge bump slider, a custom one, to like give this sim a bit of a bump. Now, does Midge have a bump? I actually don't know because she's an animated character and they all look pretty much the same. They have, I guess you could say they have pudding face. Did this girl have a bridge bump? No, I couldn't tell because again, she wasn't at that side angle, but yeah, I like to use it. Mouth, however, I will copy the reference in a way, but I also have my own little tweaks with mouths. So I think everyone loves having sims with a full pouty big lips moment. There is this cool slider that like parts the lips and it gives a really cool look. One thing I love to do with my mouths is I like to make them wide. So I'll either make the corners wide or the mouth width wide. I don't know, I just love how it looks, and that is something you will always see me doing with my sims. They will never have like small pouty lips, never. But yeah, that's just preference. But for the rest of the lips, Lips are usually thick, full, and then after that I'll just follow the reference. Now for my eye colours, I have this default replacement colour thing that you can see here at the bottom. I'll link that in the description. But for eyes in general, I use the IIC Defaults by Tika Poach Hive. Hopefully I said that right. And yeah, I like it because it's simple, it's not too realistic, it's not too bright, unless you go bright. But once you like put the colours in the medium spectrum, I love it. It's awesome, it's perfect. Now here I'm actually going back to the mouth and making them more pouted because I looked at a proper image of Midge and she has got quite pouted lips, so I thought I'd go with it. I actually don't remember if I end up sticking this or make them white again, but yeah, this is what I do here at this current moment. Now you can probably notice that her eyelashes are gone, so I did have a mod that removes eyelashes. I don't know what happened to it because my sim had eyelashes. So I had to like reinstall the mod because I was like, what's going on? I have a mod that removes the EA lashes because I just hate them. And when you add these beautiful custom lashes, which I will link, the eyes look so much better. So yeah, the next thing I will do is I'll go add custom lashes and then I will go to the eyelash sliders, which is a separate download you have to do, and then play around with the sliders and make them fit my sim's eyes, which I had a lot of trouble doing. So it just came to the point where the eyelashes were sort of clipping inside her eye, but you know what, I didn't mind how it looked, so I just went, screw it. Now onto my favourite part, hairs. Now the first thing I'm going to cover are default replacement hairs. So I get majority of my default replacements from Mary Jane, but these ones here are from Agnolid, which are just some other ones that Mary Jane didn't do. These are the Mary Jane ones. And to do default replacements for hairs, it's really easy. You literally just have to download them and just pop them in mod photo like usual, but just make sure you make a note of it, because if you get another default replacement hair, then of the same hair, then it will just bug out. So make sure you make a note of it, and like I would recommend putting it in separate folders. Now this is a simple one, but I have custom hair colors from Ikari Sims because I'm lazy and I can't be bothered to make my own shades. So yeah, these are some really pretty hair shades and colors. Like I love them so much. There are like natural ones, bright ones. There's also ombre ones. I don't actually know if I have, no, I do have some ombre ones. But yeah, I love them so much. Now, whilst I just try and create Midge's hair color, I just want to say that I have a lot of different CC hair from different creators, so it's going to be really difficult for me to mention them all, but I reblog all my hairs on my Tumblr, so if you go through my CC finds and press hairs of whatever category you want, you will most likely find it there. But if you have looked or you just want to ask me, I can try and fish it out for you through my folder, but I will mention you guys some of my favourite creators where I use their hair all the time, and yes, I'll mention them for you. My all-time favourite creator is Chazzy Bazzy. I'm saying it, I love their hairs so much. The texture is just so soft, it's perfect. Now, I believe Chazzy Bazzy is inactive at the moment. I don't know if that's going to stay like that, but the last year they were active on Tumblr was a year ago. But despite it, they have amazing hairs. They have a lot of hairs and I definitely recommend them all. Another amazing creator is Mel Sims. I have a lot of Mel's hairs because she is still active. She's very active actually. She posts her hair nearly like every 3 days, I swear. So yeah, I love all the retextures she does. And she does it for like interesting hairs. Like they're not all the same, and that's what I like about it. These next set of hairs are by Poison Fire Leaves. Very popular. I'm sure you've all heard of her, but I love her hairs. It's the same with Chazzy Bazzy hairs. I love the texture of them. And yeah, there's so many as well. She's also got a lot of male hairs as well, so definitely check her out. Moving on to eyebrows, these first two here are from Cora Subadina, and yeah, really nice. And then for the rest of the eyebrows, I use SLS eyebrows. Honestly, just look at her whole entire account. She also does makeup, face masks and all that, but I have majority of her eyebrows. Very nice, I love them all. Once I pick out a pair of eyebrows, I'll then go into the sliders and just play about with them, getting the right angle. You know, if you want an angry sim, you might put the arc down a bit. I forgot what you call it, the bridge. I've already forgot what you call it. But yeah, I just play around with the sliders. I have custom sliders for eyebrows, so I do recommend them if you are going to get sliders. Eyebrow ones are the best. And yeah, that's what I do. I just play around with them. Okay, on to the worst part, makeup. Oh my god, this part is so overwhelming for me. If I'm feeling bougie, I will put on an eye mask. So I have a few eye masks from Small Simmer. There's various ones, and I end up using this one. Although it is a bit of a hassle to colour match. I do struggle a lot with that. I did forget to do this in the video, But you want to open up your nrass settings again. This is like the most important thing you want to do, okay? You want to open up your nrass settings and you want to put allow multiple makeup per location, and this will make it so you can stack makeup, because as you can see here, I was trying to add eye bags and it like took off the eye masks. So you want to make sure you have that enabled so you can stack your makeup. It's especially useful for the blush section where you layer like freckles, blush, shading. You want to have that. So the next thing I did was add eye bags. So I used eye bags by SK Sims, and I just made it dark because you couldn't see it on top of the eye mask. And for eyeshadow, I didn't give eyeshadow to Midge because you can't place it on top of an eye mask. But majority of my eyeshadows are from SLS. And then I move on to eyelashes. So we already went through the eyelashes when I was playing with the eyes, but I then add eyeliner if I think it fits. So I ended up using 2 eyeliners on Midge, and these were both by Wonder Sims. And I forgot to mention, but my eyelashes are all from S Club, and there are some other eyeliners that I recommend from S Club too. Okay, moving on to face makeup. This part is so overwhelming for me. So the first thing I will start off with is a nose mask, and my favourite nose masks are by Burnt Waffles. They have a lot. I just play around and then colour them. The colouring part is the worst part, mixing and matching. But yes, I use a Burnt Waffles nose mask, and then I will use Senesti's cheek shadows, and basically you don't even it doesn't even matter how dark it is, because you just want to lower the opacity all the way down, and then you can make it dark whilst the opacity is at the lowest, because it's just shadows, it's not contour. The next thing I use is Cyberry's baby hairline, and what I would do is I'll put the hairline on, and then I will go back to the hair and take like the what's it called, the hex code of the main hair color, or you can do this from the roots hair color, and then you just want to paste those hex codes onto that hairline and it will be the same color. You can even darken it if you want. The blush I use is by Imam. It's the Beam blush, and there's also 2 other blushes that I tend to use from Wonder Sims again, and one from SLS. Honestly, just all of SLS's makeup, just get. There's also these lip corners by Tika Power. I believe I'm saying that right. And honestly, the lip corners it's like a final touch. The cherry on top, it's perfect. My favourite part to finish off the makeup is the lipstick, and that's not just because it's the last part of the makeup. I actually really do enjoy adding the lipstick. It really does touches your sim up. I have so many small simmer lipsticks, and you can guess I didn't end up using a small simmer lipstick. I ended up using the Clara one. Yeah, her lipsticks are amazing. They're just gorgeous. SLS again also has beautiful lipsticks. There's this beautiful lip gloss I tend to use from SLS as well. And yeah, it took me a really long time to find a lipstick that matched Midge. I couldn't find one of it. You could tell by how fast this time lapse is. But yeah, in the end I did add some lip highlighter, which is also from Sport Simmer. Moving on to the last part, clothing. Now, I have a lot of clothing, as I'm sure a lot of you guys do, and it would be impossible for me to link them all and all the artists. There are amazing artists out there. But again, like the hairs, check my Tumblr because I will reblog all the clothing I use. But I will mention some of my favourite CC creators. So the first one being Bill Sims. Now you do have to download Bill Sims CC on the Sims resource, which can be a hassle, but I just recommend, honestly guys, what I did is I just got myself a free trial for 1 week and I just downloaded everything I needed in that 1 week because it's so much quicker, and then after that you never have to go on it again. But yeah, I recommend Bill Sims, lots of lovely dresses. Then I recommend Jewel Convert. Oh my goodness, Jewel Convert CC is so good. They are mainly known for doing their like historical clothing, so if you're doing like a medieval or like Renaissance, definitely check out Jewel Converts then. Like, it's a crime if you don't, because they've got a lot of CC for that. But yeah, beautiful CC by them. Suit Flower is the next one, currently very active in uploading new CC, so I recommend her. Then a very popular one is Mio Chick. Mio Chick converts Sims 4 CC to Sims 3, and it's just chef kisses, man. Perfect conversions. Any single time Mio Chick will upload something, you can bet it's in my game. Same thing for the top, same creators. However, I do also recommend PLB Sims. Oh my goodness, I love their CC so much. And I don't show it in this video, but PLB Sims bottoms are very, very good as well. But despite using CC, I use a lot of store content on my Sims. There is some beautiful store content in the game, and obviously you can get it in other ways. You don't have to pay. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, I ended up using this dress for Midge because it fit the whole vibe. It's literally what she wears as well. The polka dots, the 50s vibes, it's good, it's perfect. I'm coming back to this and I realised I forgot to mention shoes, and shoes play a big part. There are a lot of amazing creators. So the first ones were Mia Chick, as always, but Rolo Rolls, guys, get on Rolo Rolls. Rolo Rolls shoes are chef kisses. Every single pair I love and I use them very often. So yeah, these are all Rolo Rolls, and just look at those trainers. Look, I love the bows. It's so creative. Like the makeup, when you use accessories, make sure to enable multiple accessories per location. Lastly, I'm just briefly going over accessories, and I do have some custom eyelash accessories. So these are SLS, and these are by Rolo Rolls, and these are by Small Simmer. So yeah, I love the heart ones by Rolo Rolls, but I did use these ones by SLS. The last thing I added were nails. These are by Buckley Sims. Very natural, nothing crazy, you know, not like a manicure or anything, just like a simple French tip. Yeah, get yourself nails. They will enhance your Sims, guys. This is a bit random. We have got the dogs out, but I just forget this. I do have a feet default replacement, but these are Bloom's sexy feet default replacements, and they just make the feet look overall better. So yeah, sorry if you hate feet, but I thought I'd show you what default replacements I had. Anyways, this is how she came out. I hope you guys like how she looks, how you like my Sims, and I hope my links to CC and default replacement help you out. As you can see, my style isn't like super realistic. I don't really go for the high realistic, all the detail on the face. I like to keep it quite cartoonish and playful at the same time. But if you have any questions, just feel free to ask me in the comments. Any questions about CC, ask me, and make sure to check out my Tumblr page in my channel description and in this description for more CC that I use. Anyways, thank you very much for watching.